Hello and welcome to Quell. What we do here at Quell is we talk a lot about staff safety. And every now and again we'll pick a subject or someone will give us a subject to talk about. The subject I'd like to talk about today in this video is remote working. Some people do call it hybrid working, and I did a video about a year ago on the risks and what you should be considering if you're hybrid working from home. However, as times have moved on, we have done different, shall we say, ways and methods of attending meetings within the workplace. Whether that's through Zoom, WebEx, calls, Teams. There's an immense amount of ways now that staff away from the office are communicating with their colleagues. And it is one of those points that's very interesting now, because I've even spoken to clients that are pulling over in lay-bys and they're talking to colleagues, or they're in service stations, or they've picked an area of whatever they're carrying out an inspection on and talking to their colleagues without their colleagues knowing exactly where they are. And it's okay, yeah, we've got long working devices that can actually track where you are and things like that. But I don't want to go on about the Nicola Bradley case because it's not fair on the family. But there is a lot of ideas and these theories that's happened to her. And perhaps by the time this video has been released, yes, it's come to light. But you can go back as far as Susie Lamplugh in '86 when she went missing. And there's been an immense amount of other people that have unfortunately disappeared. And what I try to say to the clients and even the people contacting us over this subject of remote working, hybrid working, what I've been saying to them, well, when you talk to your staff and you know they're going to log in, have you said to them, make sure you're aware of where you're going to stop and have this call? Are you aware you're going to focus on this call? Are you aware of your own safety? I was in Victoria Square in Belfast recently, and I seen it in Dublin a couple of weeks ago, where I seen somebody that was doing their shopping, and they had obviously the pods in, and they were talking to, and it did sound like a group of people, but yet the person was shopping, and it was peculiar because they were like grabbing items and saying, yeah, I agree, I've seen the figures on that. And I remember thinking to myself, well, they're not really giving much attention to either the meeting or what they're doing. And yet they're in a store, there's no problem, I don't think, but I don't know. Me, personally and professionally, doing this job, personal safety is very important. And every now and again, it's not wrong to stop and think to yourself, right, what am I exactly doing? Do people know where I am? If I'm going to take a call, make sure that people know you're on the call. Make sure people know when you're leaving the call. And if you're running or hosting that specific meeting online and you're doing it voice instead of face or Zoom or whatever that might be, and you're just doing voice, isn't it worth to check that everybody finishes and leaves the call? Even to say, is everyone okay? And then get a response. Because I'm not getting definitely at the colleagues. They were still linked if you look at it. And I don't want to go conspiracy theory or anything like that. I don't want to do that. That's down to the police to work out what happened. But I know watching and listening and looking at the news, there's a lot of conversation around what happened. And I'm just thinking to myself, perhaps it's worth ourselves, if we do meetings on the phone and remote work, that we do get into a system of we make sure we check out of the call or the meeting and we make sure everybody knows we're okay, instead of just saying bye, leave. Remote working, guarantee you, it'll fade away in a context of where people will just get used to it until something else serious happens, and then again it'll be the topical subject, because that's what happens with workplace violence. It's not an interesting subject until it hits the news or it affects you. The only one that's going to keep you safe is you, as I always say. Please watch our other videos. Please follow us on our LinkedIn, and come and see us on YouTube to see if we can say anything or give you some advice or guidance that makes you think. Bye for now.